Caribbean E. Welcome to the channel.
How you doing?
And Tina. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And I hope everything's good with you. You have a roof over your head. You got food on the table.
Yes.
You got gas in your car if you have one. And you got money in the bank. That's what's important. Now, this video is about your livelihood. It's about your future. When you leave the matrix and come overseas, what you gonna do about your credit score? What are you gonna do about all your credit cards you have? Because I can promise you, you don't have a lot of shopping malls over here where you can just go like the one in San Domingo and you just blow a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay? All depends on what city you're in. But for the most part, don't close up all your accounts and walk around here like you will never need credit again, because you do. Now, the matrix philosophy is to keep you in debt. So you got to keep an eye on your life. Travel, emergencies, business deals. Keep a running balance on your credit cards. Okay? Know what you're spending, how you're spending. And don't close them all out, because you need one or two so you can see that you're still a good customer, you're a good client, and they'll still continue to give you credit, because you never know what can happen at any time.
Right. It's basically like I told him, credit and credit scores are almost like the gatekeeper, and they keep us kind of prisoner because we rely on it. But we also need to be vigilant on how to work the system so that the system doesn't work us.
Right.
And so basically we made sure we came here debt free. Therefore, we took a hard look at all of our credit cards,
Right.
and said, what does it make sense to keep in case of an emergency?
Right.
And what does it make sense to close and get rid of because of high interest rates or like an annual fee, things like that. Because remember, you can always negotiate when you're in good standing with your credit card companies. They're all in competition. It's a vicious cycle. They all want your business.
All want your business.
They all want you to do, keep the credit going, and that's how your credit score basically is made. If you don't have revolving credit, your credit score honestly goes down and you take a hit for it. So when we first left, and we left debt free, and we closed out certain accounts that we knew we didn't need anymore and just kept the ones that made sense, his credit score went from almost excellent good to good. And I was like, wow, such a huge drop. But then it was because we weren't really using our credit card. I mean, what did we need? Out here, we have no problem paying cash for anything that we needed. So when it came to furniture and things like that, we kept paying cash for everything. So that's when you and I went to IKEA that one day. And I said, let's just use one of the credit cards, because we haven't used them in so long. It's like your credit score keeps steadily declining. So it's like a trap almost that they have you in.
Vicious cycle.
They want to give you a certain amount of credit, and then they want you to keep needing that, so you run it up.
Right.
And then keep paying all that interest,
right,
so that you can run it up again, and then, oh, now your credit score is good. So
right.
That's what I was saying. It's kind of a vicious cycle, but you got to kind of know how to work it. So basically, we only use our credit cards, and we know we can pay them off, but I always leave a tiny bit of a balance so that they can just see some kind of activity. So I use it. Sometimes we'll go to PriceSmart and I'll say, I'm gonna use a credit card. I mean, I can pay cash for it, but I haven't charged something in so long, and let's just charge something. Or when we took one of the vacations, and I was like, let's put the hotel on the credit card. I mean, we didn't need to, but we did, because you got to keep a running balance.
Yeah, keep a running balance.
So
you got Equifax, you got TransUnion.
So many.
Okay, so many. So you got to keep an eye on your usage. Car loans, when you get a car loan, it has a completely different rating system, and the mortgage companies use a different rating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then So basically what that is you may use one of these credit monitoring systems that tells you your credit score, and you think, oh, I know my credit score. You never know your credit score, because it depends on where they're reaching, what credit agency they use, because some people rely solely on Equifax.
Right.
Other of those use TransUnion. So it depends. But when it comes to any motor loans, so loans for any cars, it's a totally different system. And you car dealers can tell our viewers about that. It's totally different. And mortgage, it's a totally different.
Right. Totally different system. So, but
it's a gauge though. It's a healthy gauge to know where kind of you're falling. But you're never, if you say my credit score is 787, and I know it's 787 because Equifax told me. It depends on who you're talking to, because if they don't, recognize Equifax as who they use, and they use TransUnion, and on TransUnion, and in TransUnion you're a 768 because there's no rhyme or reason on the difference. They're gonna tell you no, you're wrong, and it'd be a waste to take in your credit scores because they're like, oh, let me use that, so it doesn't matter.
Right. So your credit rating is your life. I don't care what you say. I don't care what country you live in. Your credit rating is your life, and the system follows you for life.
It's like shackles.
It's like being in chains. That's how the matrix system works. They follow you from the day that you get busy with credit till the day you leave this earth, with credit or without.
The only thing that would be the exception is like us came to another country. Here, nothing you did in the U.S. matters because they have absolutely no way of looking any of that up. To them, you're like a newborn baby. You've just been born in the DR, and you need to start your own lines of credit.
Right.
So payment and steady good standing with your bank. Maybe taking out if you need a car or a home or things like that. Like we haven't had to do any of that, so I mean I couldn't really tell you if you're not paying cash. I don't know because we haven't looked it up, but we have heard through friends that you just kind of got to start with a small line of credit out here and build yourself up because you're nobody.
Right. So when you come in here, you make sure you got enough cash to sustain you. You make sure you got steady income coming in. And I think that's a good start. That's a good gauge because I think they will follow you. Like if you got a power bill, you got to pay a water bill, those things like that. As long as you're consistent, even collateral. If you're consistent, then that's a good track record. And if you need something, you can get something. Because I'm telling you something.
Showing how long you were here, kind of.
So longevity. Because
people are fly by night. Like even like when we were with our vet today, and he was like, God, "When did you guys came last year, right?" We're like, "No, we got here in March," and he was like, oh, "It feels like you guys have been here forever," and I'm like, "Yeah, it kind of feels like that, but no, we haven't."
When you've been here, we're gonna celebrate a whole year. When we get the year under our belt, we're gonna celebrate.
Yes.
Okay. So you never know what you need, what you're gonna need when you might need it. So it's good to have everything set up in case you're living here and you got to fly back to the United States. You got a credit card, you got something that you can just.
You need that for the U.S.
Need that for the U.S. Certainly need that for the U.S. Now, should you trust your credit rating and your scores? No, it's just a gauge. Like my wife said, it's just a gauge. So everything's always changing all the time. We get all kinds of offers for credit cards that's got one interest, is totally different. If you have good credit rating and you're paying your monthly balances on time, they'll subject to you to a higher balance for a credit card. They'll send it to you, and that helps you build your credit rating. Because as long as you have steady payments and steady action moving. See, what we're trying to say is you just can't move here and die and forget about your credit rating completely because you're offshore. But
also remember, every time you accept one of those offers and they run your credit, it takes a hit to your credit rating.
Right.
So remember that also. I wouldn't willy-nilly like, oh, let me see if I can get this, or let me see what this is or what that is. No, be careful because every time that your credit is run, it's a hit on your credit rating.
Yep. And I know you guys know that. So your credit score determines your interest rate. And you guys know that. It's how vigilant you are, how diligent you are. Okay? And I commend all of you that's thinking about leaving the matrix. You got homes, you got cars. Because I tell you something, those houses now in the United States, I don't care how big or small they are, it's a money pit. And I said money pit, a money pit. I used to have a loan. I remember one of my houses I bought, and I was on my third house I bought in Vegas. And my loan, the bank that gave me the money was Countrywide. Well, in a matter of days, Countrywide sold that loan to Bank of America. Okay, they take all these loans, whether it's a good loan, bad loans, take them to Wall Street, They take them, they shell them out, they do this with them, do that with them. All kinds of stuff happen, all kinds of stuff going on with these loans. And a lot of people got loans back in the day that they didn't really qualify for, but since the banks, was pressured to make loans, that's what they did. But I heard we got another balloon coming up. I don't know when it's going to happen, because we keep hearing all these lies about the economy is doing this, the economy is doing that. The job numbers are down, but they're not counting on people that's not working. They've been doing that for years, from Trump to Obama to whoever, Bush, whoever. They've been lying about these numbers, and for the most part, most numbers don't lie, but these numbers lie, because people that stop looking for work, they stop counting. Okay, and the jobs that they got, they're not. Some of them are not corporate jobs. Some of them are McDonald's, Burger King, TJ Maxx, Ross, and
which
they counting on
fine, but they're not saying, so you're basically saying they're not saying the level of jobs. So if you're looking for a corporate job, if you're looking for another type of job and you're wondering, am I the only one that just can't find a job? You're not. It's just that they don't classify the levels of jobs that people are finding. A job filled is less unemployment, and they report it as such, and there's less unemployment. There isn't.
Right.
Look around. Look at the crime. We've been hearing with the kids, like our kids are back in Las Vegas. So we had our kids' home burglarized. My daughter was downstairs having breakfast, getting ready. She's a paralegal, and she was getting ready for work. My son, who is he sells cars, and so he was upstairs sleeping in, and a guy kicked in their back door with a gun. Pointed the gun right at my daughter in the morning, got scared because he didn't think anyone was going to be home, and ran. And my son heard the door, heard my daughter scream, runs after the guy. I mean, the crime is everywhere. And I tell them, I go, you know what? I hate to say this, but it's going to get worse with more people influxing into Vegas. Traffic and everything else is crazy. And with the holidays. Always the holidays. Always the holidays brings theft to uncomfortable amounts. So I just caution everybody, please be careful, be aware of your surroundings, get out of comfortable, what do you call that? No, they call that routines. So if you know, like they said, this guy's probably been watching. He knew that my son normally is not home. My daughter just moved in with my son, so they didn't think that there would be anybody there. And it's routines. So don't try to get too much into a routine, and be careful, because I hate to say it, this crime is just terrible.
And also, this guy had a truck. Okay, he had a truck outside ready to go in there.
Yeah, well, he stole the truck.
He stole the truck.
He stole the truck, but he had it open and ready to load it up.
Right, with their stuff.
Yeah.
So he got scared. He ran out the house to see my daughter. Ran in the house, ran down the street. The police was called, and they were looking for him. And I don't know if they even found him today, but like I said,
to date, no, nothing.
But you guys just got to be careful. Watch your surroundings, and guess what? You leave the Matrix, I see you, and you come to Santiago, I see you when you get here. Okay? Because everybody carries a gun here. I'm talking from the grocery store to the bank. I mean...
Ice cream.
From ice cream. I mean...
You may have bone, and the guy has a freaking...
He's got a sawed-off shotgun. I mean, it's sawed off too. And it's
but
just,
you know what? I feel safe, because don't you feel that deters?
I feel safe because that's a deterrent.
They don't play. I don't want to get shot over no ice cream.
And I'm tell you something. This. I tell you what. This ain't Southside Chicago. Okay. You ain't got to worry about it, because you know what? They'll shoot first, ask questions later. You mess up, that's going to be your first mistake, and it's going to be your last mistake. Okay. So we just want you to be aware of your surroundings, and be aware of your financial status, because that is your life. You sell your house, take that money. Make sure that money's covered. Yeah. Make sure you ain't putting your money in the wrong bank when you get here. Okay? Yes. You're going to have to know all of that, because some people have gotten taken because they get over here and put their money in the wrong bank. Before you know it, it disappears. It's gone. So you got to be careful, because everything is fake and fictitious now. You got to watch everything.
And we don't mind answering any questions or anything like that. We even have people who have set up through our PayPal and through us to come down and just kind of walk them through it. So we can walk you through it. Just reach out to us, let us know how when, what you're looking for, and you know, time is money and money is time, so we can help. But
yeah, make a donation to the cause. So, in the meantime, between time, always remember, life is to be enjoyed. Hit that what, Tina?
Hit subscribe. Make sure you ding the notification bell. Like the video if you loved it. Throw us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And follow us on social media. Read the descriptions. We have everything in there.
Right. Read it very carefully. If you're going to put your glasses on, put your glasses on.
Grandpa does.
Peace. Until the next video.